The only good Democrat is an unelected Democrat. I'm kidding. Not really, though. Tulsi Gabbard responds to Mitt Romney calling her treasonous. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've been able to talk about Tulsi Gabbard. I think that she's just, I don't know, making content for locals and just kind of taking pot shots at the current establishment because she is a reasonable person. She has goofy conceptions about the Second Amendment, but with all of that aside, if she willingly currently affixes that Democratic label to the end of her name, she's the best of the bunch, okay? Because you could take a look at her contemporaries and the other people that were in the field for the 2020 Democrat nomination, because who did you have? Old Chief Running Mouth, cackling Kamala Harris, good old Uncle Joe who eventually won, but old Pete Buttigieg. All of these people have positions within the Democratic Party, and the only one that just kind of spun out to the side is continuing to spin off into obscurity, and that's Andrew Yang. And I don't know what he's up to. Oh, I'm going to fund, I'm just going to make my own political party because the Democratic Party is so toxic, but then continue to double down on all the shit that made it toxic to begin with. So anybody who bought into the Yang Gang, you got exactly what you supported, a fucking nutcase. But Tulsi Gabbard, by the way, still pretty good. And now she's tackling Mitt Romney. She's got more balls than many other Republicans currently fucking elected right now. You'll love to see it. Well, except for balls and Tulsi Gabbard, because she cuts a nice figure in a diving suit, okay? Former Representative Tulsi Gabbard from Hawaii, most Democratic state in the union, I think, I'm pretty sure, responded to a statement by Senator Mitt Romney accusing her of treasonous lies over possible U.S.-funded biolabs in Ukraine. Where's the lie? Oh, did she say bioweapons? Because they're just bio-research labs in Ukraine. Come on. You got to get with the talking points. Do you still not get security briefings all the time? Oh, President Joe Biden and senior officials have denied any involvement with biological research in Ukraine. Some have remained skeptical. Yeah, justifiably so. Haven't they earned that skepticism? Gabbard has long been a staunch opponent of allowing the United States to become entangled in foreign conflicts. Yeah, that's something that she's maintained for a long time, and something that many of her other counterparts on the left have yet to voice at all in any form or fashion. No, they've just all lined up to just continue to fucking bang the fucking war drum. But no, dude. Tulsi has been anti-war for a long time. And she served in the war, too. She was deployed to, I think, Afghanistan or Iraq. Several tours as well. Since the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Gabbard has staked out a position against U.S. military involvement. Yes, because that would be bad for everyone in the world. An attitude shared by several libertarian and populist organizations and commentators. Thank God it took them long enough to join the party. In a Twitter thread posted over the weekend, Gabbard said the United States have funded several biolabs in Ukraine. Yeah, I'm not convinced there are biological weapons labs or biological weapons in Ukraine. Seems about right. That's not what I'm concerned about, Gabbard wrote. I'm concerned about the existence of 25 plus biological labs in that war zone. Seems right, because last time people were fucking around with biological labs, there were some bats coming down with a high fever. Because the official government position is that those labs do not exist. They do not exist. Even though you can find them on Google Maps. Gabbard's comments drew backlash from Mittens, who has long espoused a far more interventionist foreign policy. Russia bad. We just, remember when I said that during the debates with, Barack Obama, and he said, the 1980s called, and I want a foreign policy back? Well, I was right. Were you, though? On Monday, Gabbard appeared on Tucker Carlson Tonight, where she responded to Mitt Romney's accusations of treason. Oh, I'm sorry. I glossed over Mitt Romney's stupid, retarded position. Tulsi Gabbard is parroting false Russian propaganda. What? Her treasonous lies may well cost lives. No, dude. Your misunderstanding or your willful, purposeful misunderstanding of the situation would cause and would cost many American lives. He doesn't care about that. But yeah, she was on Tucker. Tucker asked, what would your response to Mitt Romney be? Tucker Carlson, who, by the way, even though he works for Fox News and Fox News sucks overwhelmingly. Tucker has been very much Ukraine-Russia skeptic during this entire situation, so big ups to him as much as you can give big ups to Tucker Carlson. Still got an eye on you, dude. This is not a matter of disagreement or holding a dissenting view. Sorry. This is about facts, and this is about the truth, Gabbard said. This is all the talking heads in Congress and in the media are regurgitating Hillary Clinton's slanderous talking points. The facts remain. Yep, Mitt Romney, Klaus Schwab, George Soros, Hillary Clinton, they're all on the side that the Russians are the bad guys in this situation. Where do you want to find yourself in this? Just saying. Gabbard said that she's been accused of saying that the United States has bioweapons labs in Ukraine, but she denied the allegation as misrepresentation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we just read something where she said, I'm not talking about bioweapons labs or bioweapons in Ukraine. That's just Mitt Romney being Mitt Romney. I've said no such thing at any point. I have not said that there are biolabs in Ukraine and that have received U.S. support. Oh, sorry, that's what she has said, that there are biolabs in Ukraine that have received U.S. support that contain dangerous pathogens, that if those labs are breached, then we in the world are facing a potential future of pandemics. Yeah, where would that pattern recognition come from? Just saying. I think it's important to recognize that the facts exist, especially in this case, and the truth is the first casualty of war, said Gabbard. And so this is exactly what we are seeing here. People who have a very specific agenda are refusing to recognize the truth, refusing to have a conversation, and instead immediately resulting to their age-old tactics of silence, smear, and destroy the character and reputation of anyone who dares to say anything that they don't like. But at least it's Mitt Romney saying this type of stuff. And Mitt Romney's salt and pepper haired sissy. Nobody takes him seriously. But he's getting love from the establishment right now because neocon's gonna neocon. Senator Romney. Please provide evidence that what I said is untrue and treasonous. If you cannot, you should do the honorable thing. Insert in mouth, pull trigger. No, she was a little bit more diplomatic about this because I want her to be a part of the new Trump administration in 2024 in some form or fashion. Please. He has a thing for quasi-attractive elected officials, so I'm hopeful. Anyways, apologize and resign from the Senate. So what did Mitt Romney do in response? He voted on a bill to keep masking 2-year-olds. He's a good man. This is your run-of-the-mill establishment GOP, homies. Republican Senator. Oh, let's see if this is in the frames. Sorry about that. God damn it. Republican Senator Mitt Romney of Hat U voted with a room filled with several barefaced Democrats on Tuesday to keep the federal mask mandate for toddlers as young as 2 years old, misrepresenting what people are saying and misrepresenting the fucking facts about this, because how much of a danger are kids? 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever fucking age of children. What risk to the coof do kids have if they don't wear the mask all the time? You don't want to look at those stats now, do you? You're doing this from a place of compassion. Wear the mask so us old folks don't have to. During a Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions hearing over bipartisan Prevent Pandemics Act. How do you do that? Oh, by not acknowledging biolabs? Okay. Romney voted no to lifting mask and jab mandates in the federal Head Start program. Current U.S. Department of Health and Human Service standards for the Head Start program require universal masking for all individuals 2 years of age and older, and the jab proof for all adults involved in the program. Republican Senator Mike Braun of Indiana introduced an amendment to the Prevent Pandemics Act, which is designed to prevent HHS from implementing or enforcing their regulations regarding mask or vaccination protections in the Head Start program again. After being subjected to federal mask mandates for almost 2 years, President Biden announced that in his State of Union address, under the CDC's new mask guidelines, most Americans in the country can now be mask-free. I completely agree with him on that. I disagree on the timeline. It should have been a lot earlier than that, but whatever. We can't languish in the past. It's time to get our lives back, especially based on science and not the political science. Well, guess who disagrees with that one? Romney, no, he voted no because he big scared. Speaking of which, Rand Paul for a double dose. Jeez, making headways again. Really, what we're doing is just punishing children, said Rand Paul of Kentucky. The rest of America is insulted by you telling them that their kids, who are not at risk from dying from this disease, are not spreading it. And that somehow you're going to force these kids to keep wearing masks. It's unscientific, it's inhumane, and it's stunting their learning. Where the fucking lies? Despite urging other Republicans, the amendment ultimately failed, even though swing Republicans such as Blockhead Murkowski and Susan Collins voted to unmask the what? They actually did something good? Romney crossed the aisle to help the doomed 2-year-olds wear masks even longer, though most adults in cities, schools, and workplaces don't have to any longer. Round of applause for Mitt Romney. Good man right there. Stand-up man, okay? He's one of those good people that are out there. He's pushing the war narrative, and you should just vote red no matter who come those midterm elections, dude. And again, I'm out here banging the drum, okay? I'm not campaigning for Republicans. I'm just trying to tell you which candidates are out there for races that I find hilarious, or at least worth your vote. But you know who's not doing that? The GOP establishment. They're telling you to vote for them this fall, but they're not telling you why you should. See, they got a picture of Rick Scott here, who is a RINO to end all rhinos, but he put out that 11-point strategy that we went over a couple weeks ago at this point, and I thought it was fine. A lot of it was fluff, a lot of it was just a regular standard establishment talking points, but outside of that, the GOP and Republicans at large aren't telling you why you should vote for them, why they are the better alternative. They're just running on the strategy which was apparently successful for Democrats in 2020. We aren't them. Vote for us. Terrible platform. Funny thing happened last week. A Washington politician displayed leadership, vision, and courage all at the same time, no less. His name is Rick Scott, a junior U.S. senator from Florida. The other one is up for election. His name is Marco Rubio, and he wants American children to go die in Ukraine for no fucking reason, and the former governor of that free state. He released an 11-point, 60-page agenda explaining what he thinks are the biggest problems America faces today. Yeah, we went over that. Not only that, he offered common sense policy fixes. This is particularly notable because Scott is the chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee, which is responsible for electing more Republicans to the Senate. Scott is a principled conservative. Citations needed. So it came as no surprise that Democrats attacked. I didn't see that, but whatever. But Scott might not have anticipated how many in his own party would pile on. First behind closed doors, then in public, senior Senate Republicans not only disavowed Scott's policy agenda, but criticized him for offering it. It is the second part that is the real problem. Establishment types just want to maintain the status quo. That's what Democrats say have said about the Republican Party for the longest time, without saying that they're the party of big business and big corporations at this point. But they just keep saying they just want rich people to continue to get richer, and they just shit on the little man, not realizing that the Republican Party's base is the working man. But whatever, regardless, the establishment types who just go out there and say socialism from the left and communism will never take over America, whatever other fucking bog standard nonsense that they continue to want to push. Those are great ideals, and that's nice. And yeah, China, oh yeah, they're gonna invade at any time. Just don't look at their economy or any of their fucking numbers and realize that they're just as boned as we are, thanks to Biden. So they ain't gonna be making moves any fucking time soon, unlike Russia, which made themselves completely and utterly self-sustainable. Ergo, why they can sustain these fucking sanctions longer than any of the places that are implementing them. But no, they're all worried about saying, oh my god, cancel culture will not take us over, and that we will not let woke influence our policy like the left will. No. they'll just say that and then just immediately go back to just voting along party lines, not making any not causing any problems, not making any waves out there. What are they gonna do? Well, guess what? They're gonna be some of those big firebrands. They're gonna have talking points like Madison Cawthorn, or they're gonna go out there and they're gonna campaign just like Lauren Boebert. And instead, once they get elected, they're just gonna govern like Mitch McConnell and Mitt Romney. They hate change because change is scary. You know, it isn't scary just sitting back and collecting a paycheck, and then once your term is up and you want to retire, a big comfy book deal is waiting for you, and you have a talking head gig on Fox News or whatever other fucking news program will have you. The establishment hates you from both sides of the aisle. It really doesn't much matter what the fucking worthless letter at their end of their name is. Republican leadership in the Senate had already announced that they would not release an agenda. Why? You should be campaigning right fucking now. So at least big ups to Rick Scott for this. Why? Because doing something makes everyone else look bad. Yes, because hardly anyone else has been doing anything. The political story planted by Republican leaders to punish Scott for impertinence includes a bizarre paragraph. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell, so this comes from Politico, wants to avoid giving Democrats things to criticize over the next 8 months, hoping to keep his party on offense by not doing anything offensive. Not like, oh my God, my feelings are hurt, but anything that, you know, it would be used to make strides that would give people reason to support the fucking party. No, we're just going to sit in the background, and moving is hard, especially when you're 80 years old and you look like a turtle. He believes that focusing on Biden's low approval ratings and running as a check on the Democratic Party, literally running on the strategy, we aren't the Democrats, vote for us. He's also reluctant to embrace specific policy measures after the Senate GOP failed to repeal Obamacare after years-long campaign against the law. Now, why did it fail? Because more establishment hacks. Remember, John McCain, from his cancer-riddled deathbed, voted to uphold Obamacare because Orange Man bad. Need to cleanse the party of these do-nothing fuckers. Because voting red because the alternative is so bad. You know what? If they aren't trying to earn your vote, you don't have to give it to them. But I shan't waste your time any further than that. You know where I stand on this. Support the candidates who are good for you. Find the ones that are in your district and positions and running for different offices, regardless of the level. Could be at the federal level. It could be at the local level. Every position is becoming increasingly more important. As we've seen over the past couple of years, who gave a fuck about who was on student council or who was on the board of elections commissions 2, 3, 4 years ago? Now you do. Now you know the importance of this. Know the policies of your elected officials before you vote for them. Don't just vote for them because, they're Republican. I just vote a straight Republican ticket. Unless, of course, you've done your research on that. I'm just one man. I can't run every single race that's out there. Trying to do my best job that's out there. All I'm trying to tell you is that the Republican Party, they don't care about the Republican base. They just care about the status quo. So if you can inspire some kind of change that's out there, by all means, because the kind of strategy that got us into this situation, that's what the establishment types want to continue on to the future, because it works good for them, and they can just put up this whole front of being controlled opposition. They don't care as long as their checks cash. But with all of that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.